ready.
I'm fine. I think I
Perfect.
am. I'm ready.
You've got this, darling. And we're live. Good evening. This is Inspired Woman TV with Ruth Stuettgen from Down Under, Australia. Welcome to our Saturday night live show. So Inspired Woman TV is all about helping women thrive, helping women share their wisdom and their power to help encourage and uplift and give hope to other women who may need that. So, and it's to invite you to stay inspired and stay on top of your game. Tonight, I have the pleasure, the absolute pleasure for the second time to interview Andrea Maynard-Brade from the UK. The last time she was in Barbados. So tonight she's in the UK. Totally excited to be speaking to her. It's at a more decent time than it was the last time.
Of course, yes.
And we're going to be chatting tonight about Andrea's journey, about her latest book, which is due to be released today. So I'm excited to hear about that, Andrea. So I'm going to read. Oh, she's already showing it. Keep it in the picture, darling. Yay, perfect. So Andrea's going to be sharing about the book today. I'll give you a brief bio about Andrea. So she's a multi-talented and knowledgeable businesswoman who was born in the UK in the 60s to Barbadian parents. She's led a very busy life and a very purposeful life as well, wherein she works with vulnerable and abused women by providing them with resources and forums to build their confidence and self-esteem, as well as offering support for their health and well-being. Andrea's professional journey has seen her holding various leadership roles within the social, health, education, housing, and voluntary sectors. And these positions have taken her through numerous parts of the West Midlands. She has and continues to spend a great portion of her time contributing to community development and health awareness. Andrea, being a victim of abuse, is aware of the devastating effects that abused victims undergo, and as such is very committed to providing support and assistance to other victims in a most practical way. Her main interests include, but aren't limited to, interior designing, event planning, facilitating a healthy lifestyle, traveling, gardening, and reading. And interestingly, she successfully turned some of her interests into profitable businesses. She's the founder and director of Positive Moves, Holistic Therapy and Training, and Embrace Health and Wellbeing. CIC, perhaps you can explain what CIC means in a moment, Andrea, as well as Kamjasara, an interior designing company that decorates venues for parties, weddings, and funerals. In addition to that, she's a trained master health coach, holistic therapist, Reiki master, co-founder of the Black Women in Business, and author. And after witnessing her father abuse her mother mentally, physically, and psychologically, she herself got trapped in 13 terrible years of similar abusive treatment from her children's father. Despite the trauma she faced, she's let go of her past and is embracing her new role as her husband's queen. Andrea is a proud mother of 3 and a grandmother of 8. Every time I see that or I read that, I'm incredibly
I know you're in shock.
in shock, yes. I think we're similar ages, aren't we? She's a woman of power, influence, and strength. And she embraces her Christian beliefs as well as her African roots. Andrea is the recipient of the Women of Power and Influence Award 2015. Embrace Health and Wellbeing CIC was awarded 2 high urban growth economic secret awards in 2016, one for determination and willpower and another for inspiring and motivating. A few layers to you, Andrea. Embrace Health and Wellbeing also received an award for Health and Wellbeing category at the Beck's Live Awards in November 2016. Andrea is one of the authors of Pain to Purpose in 2016 and the Book of Inspiration for Women by Women in May 2017. Andrea is now actively attending gatherings with Universal Peace Federation and was awarded Ambassador for Peace in December 2017. Thank you, Andrea. That's amazing. I really take my hat off to you, and I admire you for your resilience and what you stand for, and all about empowering and embracing health and wellness, right?
Thank you. I'm proud of myself too when I'm listening to all that.
You should
you
be.
know, sometimes in your life you don't realize you've done so much. You know, and you know, just hearing someone actually speak about you, you know, and you know, there's more, but there's a lot more to come. That's all I'm gonna say.
Definitely. Okay. So I've told you I've read a bit about your bio. So can I ask you what book has most inspired you in your life?
Oh gosh, I've read so many books, but one of them that has inspired me was one by Yolanda Van Zandt. One day my soul just opened. It was like a 40-day teaching, 40 days and 40 nights.
Yeah.
And you had to fast and pray and go through this book for 40 days. And at the end of it, at the end of each day, you had to reflect on how your day went.
Yeah.
And you know, you had affirmations to read and stuff like that. I found that one was very inspiring. Also, The Secret was very inspiring to me. I like, you know, The Secret, definitely. And Rich Dad Poor Dad, you know, teaching you how to Rich Dad Poor Dad was teaching you how really to obtain your own economic wealth.
Yeah.
And I found that is good teaching. Yeah.
That's good. That first book that you mentioned sounds interesting. I've never actually heard of it.
Yes.
You know.
It's on my bookshelf out there somewhere.
Yeah. I'll get the name of
that.
Yeah.
That one was very good. And that was about, you're going back about, must be in my 20s when I read that. So that's a good 20 years ago. Hint, not mentioning my age. You know, but yeah.
We won't mention that. Age is just a number anyway.
So I know.
Who's inspired you most?
Inspired me in my younger days, the same Yolanda Van Zandt, and I used to watch Oprah Winfrey a lot. Who else inspired me? You know, I used to just watch a lot of motivational speakers. You know, my mother inspired me with her humbleness. But still she was very submissive to my dad. But you know, because she always kept humble and calm, and that was a trait I'd like to have, you know. So my mom was inspiring, but a lot of these motivational speakers like now Lisa Nichols, and you know, I watch like Steve Harvey and people like that. Anyone that I find that is very motivating, I like to connect to that, because that's how I learn.
Yeah, I can see Maxine. Isn't it pretty?
I didn't want to say anything actually. I saw
Maxine. Hello. She's jumping on too. Hello, gorgeous.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Hi, Maxine.
Morning.
So, well done.
Thank you, and thank you for your continual support. I thank you so much.
Yeah, you've got a good friend in Maxine. So who do you inspire, my lady, and how do you actually do that? Tell us some more.
Who do I inspire? Well, I think other people will have to tell you whether I've inspired them or not.
Come on, you can toot your
But
own
you know,
horn.
but obviously with my work, you know, working with vulnerable abused women, you know, I'm hoping that I do inspire a lot of those women, and help them to move on and gain confidence and self-esteem, you know, and to heal, you know, because obviously I went through domestic violence myself, abuse myself,
Yeah.
for many years. You know, I had to learn to heal myself, because I think back in those days you didn't really have a lot of help, not like you've got now.
Yeah.
And I felt that if you weren't strong enough, you'd be lost. You know, you would continue suffering with depression, anxiety, you know, and you know, in turmoil really. But I just find that in, I hope that what I'm doing and what I'm doing now will inspire a lot of people. You know, for instance, like I've got my daughters, you know, at the end of the day, you want to be a role model for them, and my granddaughters. Well, I've got a lot of grandchildren, but I've got 6 boys, 2 girls. But as a woman, I'd like to know that I'm inspiring them to move on and do better with their lives as well.
Yeah. And I think you are doing a great job, because you're already doing all these things. And, you know, they see you're being a great role model for them, especially for the little girls, right? I know your daughter, the 2 little ones that are in the book of inspiration, and
Yes,
they
they
see
are. Yeah.
grandma.
And I started young. Yes.
Yeah, they see the grandmother doing all those things. And I'm sure that one day when they grow up, they will have, you know, if they are asked the question, who's inspired you, you will be on that list for sure.
I surely hope so. I surely hope so.
You might
Yeah.
have to bribe them a little bit over time. So you're definitely leaving a legacy, right?
Yes, well, yes, I hope that I will leave a legacy for my
Yeah,
children, and
yeah.
that is my aim
So,
really.
so tell me, today is a very special day for you, right? You want to
Yeah.
tell us about that? I won't say anything. You can tell
Well,
us.
my special day today is that I gained the courage to write my own book, and here it is. Um,
And the
it's called
title?
Suffering in Silence,
Yeah.
and it is a book, Suffering in Silence. I wrote the book. Really, it's all about some of the secrets in my life, and my family life growing up, you know, where we were physically abused really in the home. Well, not, you know, not sexually, physically, because my dad used to beat us a lot, and we used to go to school with bruises, and but you know, none of the teachers or no one, even though they saw them, no one took it on board to help us, you know,
Was
because
it
we know in
just
this
the
day.
time? It was just the
Yeah.
era, right? No one
Yeah,
said
yeah, I
anything.
think it was, yeah, because some years later, one of the teachers, as you know, obviously one of my teachers said that to me, that, you know, they used to say, oh, what's going on in that household, you know, because the bruising and stuff. But, you know, obviously in this day and age, you know, that social services would have been involved. But back in the day, you know, you're looking about, you're going back, what, 50 years ago, um, you know, they just allowed families to, like, it was your business, your house, what was behind your door was your business, and you had to deal with it, and
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's about my life, family life growing up as well, and also it's about, the book also is about my 13 years of abuse with my children's father, which I suffered. um, you know, the constant arguing in front of the children, because I think in those days I was more submissive than I am now. So, you know, it's like you do as you're told,
Mm.
and you just get on with it, sort of thing. And again, there was no, you couldn't run to mom and dad, because I'd left home already after being pregnant. Finding out I was pregnant, I left home. So it's about when I got pregnant at 18,
Mm.
and I left home, because obviously I didn't want to face my father. And it's also about losing my stillborn child, which would have been my 4th child. So the book also speaks about that.
Yeah.
And then it's also about when I came close to death twice, when I was at the point where when I was losing my child in the hospital. That was one point where I came close to death.
Yeah.
And then the second time, because I was frightened to get pregnant again, I'd started taking a contraceptive pill, and the contraceptive pill gave me thrombosis. So I ended up in hospital again, and I was very close to death.
Yeah.
As the doctor stated that, you know, he's never seen someone with so much clotting and got out of it alive.
Really?
And I always felt that God's kept me alive for a reason. And that's why I feel that I need to do as much as I can whilst I'm on this earth. You know, I just feel that's my passion. And I do like to go out there and help others.
Yes.
And I think that's just my passion to do that, because you know, I feel I'm just here for a reason, because I could have died when I was about 28, because I had thrombosis from I was young.
Was it when you were 28?
28, yeah. After the death of my stillborn, then I as I said, I ended up with thrombosis taking the contraceptive pill, and I had to learn to manage it. Then again, the doctors was giving me warfarin. I didn't like taking pharmaceutical, products, and I always seem to have some reaction to them. I don't know why, and I just couldn't take it. It was just making me really sick. But if to describe it to someone, I said it used to make me feel ratty. But when I read up on warfarin is used for rat poison.
Like rat's poison, yeah.
Exactly. And that's why I always describe it as making me feel ratty, because I felt like I was on PMT all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it made me so miserable. So eventually I started looking into natural health, and this is why I got into health and well-being, how to heal myself. So what I did eventually, I looked at what was good for thinning the blood, which was like garlic, herring fish,
really?
stuff like that. So I started using that a lot, and eventually weaned myself off the warfarin. So within that year, I'd stopped taking it. And since then, the doctor kept saying, I need to take it because you'll die. You know, I need to take it for the rest of my life. But I showed them that, no, I don't have to, because with healthy eating, and, you know, and also with therapy and stuff like that helped me. I find going into water soothed my leg. So I used to go swimming a lot, and stuff like that. So, you know, to me, you've got to learn to heal yourself, because you can heal yourself. And I'm walking testimony of that through the thrombosis.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's really amazing. So when you were writing your book, how long did it take for you to write it?
Oh my gosh, my book took me 5 years.
5
years. I did into purpose chapter around suffering in silence. That's what gave me the inspiration to actually do my own full book, because it was snippets of my life. So then I needed to fill that out. So the only way I was going to do that was to actually write my own book, and that's what I did. So I started writing my full book around about 2016, 2017, and now it's 2021. So it did take some time, because there were times that I felt I wanted to do it, then I stopped. You know, all the emotions come back, and then you put it to rest, and then you pick it up again and start again, you know. But I felt that I had to finish it, because that message needed to go out there, you know, to hopefully heal other women. There's also a self-help program. Well, like self-help, after each chapter, you'll get some questions that will self-help you to heal yourself, or to journal, let me switch this phone, I'm sorry. So I'm hoping that, hold on. So I'm hoping that it will help other women out there. when they read my book.
Yeah, definitely. You know, as long as there's one person that you want to help, or that
Yeah.
is helped by reading your book, you will have reached your goal, right? Because it's not, you know, I always think that we're not here to teach everybody, or not to, we can't help everybody, but there will be those
That's
that
right.
are going to, because you've gone through so much
Yeah.
in your life. So there will be someone who's gone through something that's in your book, and they will get that strength from it.
Resonate with
And
it.
when
Yes.
they look at
Yeah.
you, when they listen to you, yeah, because I mean, there are so many people, so millions of people, I assume, yeah, millions of people on this earth that have gone through abuse, millions of people that have had, you know, stillbirths and things like that. But it
Yeah.
depends on who they resonate with. Yeah, they are there to be served
Yeah.
by you, and you are here to be serving them. I would like you to read some of your book. Yeah, so I know it's probably
Yes.
what part do you want to
Okay.
share?
Let me look and see.
So, and whilst you're choosing, I mean, just flick through it, and then whatever you land on will be what the audience needs to hear. So you can perhaps, you know, just flick on that, and then just read whatever's going. Share just a little bit, and I'm going to stop you when I feel it's the right time, okay? Because I wanted to
Okay.
maybe not go for more than half an hour. So I'd love.
Well, I think as we were speaking about the stillbirth,
Yeah.
I feel maybe I'll read a little bit from that.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, I think that bit
Yeah,
will be
that feels right for
okay.
you. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey,
Where should I
Joanne.
start?
Welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Good
Lovely to
morning.
see you.
Oh, hi. Hi, you okay?
We've got another visitor.
Well, as I said, as I was talking about the stillbirth, I'll start with like when I arrived at the hospital, because what had happened, I was being sick like the day before. So
So how far into your pregnancy were you?
I was 8 months pregnant. It was nearly due,
It's
nearly
nearly
due to
due.
have the baby. Yeah, and I wasn't feeling well the day before, and my partner kept going in and out, and he used to play as a DJ, so he was playing out that night. Well, we spent the afternoon at the grandmother's, but I was still being sick, feel sick and diarrhea, vomiting and everything. And when I came back home, I sat up like this all night because I was frightened I'm going to keep vomiting. So I eventually we called the doctor, and the doctor came, and he gave me, you know, them diarrhea things to help for diarrhea.
Yeah.
I'm 8 months pregnant. When I look back and think about it now, my gosh, you should have sent me into hospital. But
Yeah.
you know, can't go turn the clock back. So then eventually I sat up all night feeling really bad, and I was just getting weaker and weaker because the diarrhea and the vomiting wouldn't stop. So then I eventually thought I best ring the hospital. So I rang the number on, you know, the card you have when you're pregnant. So to make sure they take me straight to the maternity and not to A&E. So I phoned that number. The doctor came out. The ambulance came out the next morning. I was that weak that I couldn't even walk down the stairs. They had to take me down the stairs. So I'll say, so this is from the book. So once I arrived at Dudley Road Hospital, they took my blood pressure and temperature immediately and monitored my baby's heartbeat. The baby's heart monitoring machine was quiet. There was nothing, no movement, no heartbeat echoing from the machine. I was in shock and disbelief. I kept telling myself that she would be okay, that it was some sort of mistake. But to my utter dismay, my baby Sophia did not make it. She died at stillbirth. I'll just leave it at that because I'm wailing up a bit now, you know. So
that's amazing. You know, unless you've gone through it, and this is actually, you know, I had goosebumps listening to it. And if it
Mhm.
continued, I think I would have, you know, I started to feel
Yeah,
the
that's why I think I
emotion.
had to stop myself.
Yeah.
Oh God,
And it's still,
I
you
mean
know,
tears now.
how long
Mhm.
ago was this?
Um, you see, Camila was 88, 1988, because my
Okay.
last daughter was born 84, and it was 4 years difference between the two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
88. And it was another girl, so I called her
Yeah.
Sophia.
It's incredible. I mean, even after this long time, you are still feeling it, right?
I know.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's and no, unless we've gone through it, no mother
mm,
would know what the other person has gone through, and
as I
you
say,
know
who
what
feels it
it
knows it.
feels like, right?
Mhm.
Joanne is saying love is solidarity with you, Andrea.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you,
I'm
Joanne.
looking at the chat. Let me put the chat on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's really incredible. I mean, there's so much pain that we as human beings can actually endure, and the resilience that we can show, and what we show up like in public is amazing, right? And there's so many stories about that coming out now with high profile people
Yes,
that
yes.
smile all the time, and yet they're suffering behind doors, right? Behind
Yeah,
closed
that's
doors.
what I'm saying. People are, yeah, suffering in silence. And, you know, a
Yeah.
lot of us, we walk around with a mask on, don't we?
Yes.
And, you know, hi, Andrea. Yeah, hi, I'm fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
But really, you're not
But
fine,
you're not.
you know. And, yeah, you got to walk around sometime with that smile on your face, but inside, you deep down, you're hurting. And, but then only you can, you know, get rid of that pain and heal yourself. You know,
That's
it
right.
starts with yourself. You got
Yeah.
to do something. Yeah.
And I mean,
Mm.
it does take time, right, for healing to happen. For some, it happens quicker than for others. And some
Mhm.
people, they never get to heal from it because they don't get to process it, right? And,
Absolutely.
you know, there's some of my sufferings, I think I've processed it, but sometimes there are trigger moments where it still doesn't, you know, where you think, wow,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of, you get
Yes.
thrown, you're taken aback so much that you think,
Yes.
I thought I've healed from that. I thought I've processed
Yes.
that. And yet
Yes.
it still sits quite deeply inside us. Yeah.
Yes.
We've got another
Yes.
person that's come on. Wow. Maureen.
Morning.
Well done, girls, for showing up and inspiring and supporting your friend. I love it. I really do. Thank you. So, this, as usual, half an hour is not enough.
Mhm.
So I know Maureen accompanied you writing your book, which is incredible in
Yes, she did.
itself.
Yeah.
Um,
She is incredible, actually.
yeah.
I think if it wasn't
And
for her, I might have
she's
given
helped me now, right, with my chapter
Yeah.
that I was meant to submit, that I
Yeah.
submitted. So I'm really grateful for that. So where can we get your book? And so it's being released today, Suffering
Yes.
in Silence.
Yeah.
And where can they actually get it? So it goes on sale today, is that right?
Yes, it will be on Amazon, and I have got a link on my landing page. Where you've got Andrea Maynard-Brade. You can, I'm sure if you look at Andrea Maynard-Brade Facebook, you can pick it up from there,
Yeah.
and you can also pick it up from Suffering in Silence book, which is on Facebook as well. The links will be there. Well, I'll be sharing the links anyway,
Yeah, you can,
and
yeah,
you
I'll
can
share
just
it
click
on
on
the,
and order. Yes, you
yeah,
can just
yeah,
click on
yeah.
and just order. Yes.
Do you have it as as a soft copy, as an online copy, or as a, you know, a ebook or something, or do you have
Yes,
it?
there is. That you can also get the ebook. Ebook is also available. So yes, you can order that as well.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that in the future I'll do. I want an audio as well. So, but we're
Yes,
working
I
on
know.
that.
I think it's an incredible, it's a really good idea to have it as an audio because
Yes,
you can
yes, I
feel
like
the
the
voice
ebook.
and the emotions in it more rather than through the book. Yeah.
Yes,
So that would be really
I,
good. So Suffering in Silence. It's an amazing
Yeah.
title, actually. What made you think of that title?
Because I felt I was suffering in silence, you know, because I kept it to myself, you know, and only very few people, as I was going through this some years ago, very few people knew of it, because I wasn't one for really talking much about my life, and you know, I just kept it internally. And as I said, I had a baby, but about, I don't know, a couple of good friends, three friends that might have known what I was going through, other than obviously my brothers might have known, because at times I had to call them, because when he was behaving badly, sometimes I had to call my brothers to come and not sort him out, quieten him down, sort of thing, you know, not in a violent way, because none of my brothers are violent like that. But when they were younger, and all my brothers are younger than me, and the times they always had to come to the house, because, you know, like I said, back in the day, the police didn't do a lot to help us, you know, they looked at it as a domestic, you know, so
Yeah, it wasn't
just
a done thing.
as men to speak
Yeah.
to a man, and a man to speak to a man if he's not listening, but
Yeah.
you know, so my
What
brothers used to help.
an incredible story. Thank you, Andrea, for sharing and for reading a little bit. I know it wasn't even, you know, it was, I don't know, a paragraph or 2 paragraphs or something. And
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to get that book, and I want to sign up for the launch, for the release. Is that where it's happening today or tonight? It will be.
Well, no, well, as I said, what was the book is going on sale today,
Yep.
but you know, we will be organizing a nice launch. I will be on again this afternoon on another Zoom, where we'll be celebrating the book, because that's all we can do at the moment.
Yeah.
But you know, because obviously they know that if I would have been booking out a hall or something today,
Oh, yeah,
you know,
definitely.
you know me, I'm the hostess with the mostest, so I would have been doing something extravagant, or you know, if it wasn't so cold, I would have had maybe some friends, you know, I would have had some friends around. But at the
Yeah,
moment,
definitely.
during this pandemic, you can't even invite anyone
Yeah.
around at the moment, because I would have had some friends around drinking champagne and stuff today, you know.
I think we're going to
But
have
just look out for the date, because I will be organizing something.
yeah.
So then I can then be doing some, you know, I can sign, you can have a signed copy then of the
Yeah.
book. You know, so that
Yeah.
event, I'm looking to do it around June or July. So
Okay. Yeah, by then it will have
watch this
quieted
space.
down. Yeah, we're going to have lots and lots of parties, I think, when all this whole pandemic is over, right? We're going to have a party here, a party there. We're going to be partied out by the end. So, so thank you so much for coming on again and sharing your information about your book and your incredible story and what it is that you do. I'm grateful
And
for
thank
you
you so much
sharing
for
that.
having me.
Yeah, you're
Again.
welcome. So I just want, before we end the call, I'm going to read what Maureen has written. She's saying massive congratulations again. Joanne, huge congratulations, Andrea. Your story is much needed at this time. And Maxine, so proud of you. Well done, Andrea. You did not stop. That's amazing. Thank you. And I'll add that big congratulations to you, and so proud of you, and thank you for being my friend.
Yes.
And yeah, it's amazing.
Thank
So
you.
I'm going to finish the Saturday Night Live, and then we'll chat for a few minutes after. Okay, so thank you to you for watching the Saturday Night Live at InspiredWomanTV.com. Sorry, not .com, but Inspired Woman TV. We spoke to Andrea today from the UK. Andrea Maynard-Brade. So thank you so much for coming on the call, and also for her cheer squad. I'm amazed that you turned up. Maxine, she's a very good friend of mine too. I know them both through the book of inspiration. And Joanne, nice to meet you. Maureen, I spoke to you a couple of weeks ago. So thank you. And to anybody watching tonight, thank you for showing up, for watching and being with us on the call. And if you're watching the recording, welcome. So Inspired Woman TV with Ruth Stuettgen is all about inspiring and uplifting and providing hope for women, courage for women to keep going when they think that there is nothing to give anymore, nothing to receive anymore. We're here to show you that you should keep
Mhm.
going, that it's a must because you're here for a reason. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show, please reach out to me on Facebook through the Inspired Woman TV show Facebook page, or you can send a message on inspiredwomantv.com. My name is Ruth Stuettgen. I'm your host and producer, and I look forward to seeing you again soon, maybe for our next Saturday Night Live as well. See you then. Lots of love from down under in Australia, and bye for now.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks again, Andrea.
Okay.